Thomson Grid, Mid-Age Traveller. Packing.
With the van now on the road, it's time to start thinking about going away. The starting point for the journey is working out what to pack. For me, at the top of the list is food and drink. Whether this be a journey of a few hours or a full month away, the issue of what snacks, drinks and meals are going to be consumed en route is a key concern of mine. The frequent food and drink stops within journeys niggle my partner a little and are largely of my contrivance. So excited was I in the early days when we first bought the van, I couldn't travel for more than an hour without stopping, firing up the kettle and making a cuppa. Just because I could. Our home county of Northumberland is physically quite large, and I have frequently had tea and snacks in a spot with a view before even crossing the county line. A journey across the border into Scotland would certainly involve the cooking of a rudimentary pasta dish, as would any journey into Yorkshire or Cumbria. For a continental destination, I would require an actual menu. As a couple, my partner and I like cooking, and therefore, before setting off on a trip, the van cupboards are packed full with every possible kitchen utensil from the house, and stuffed with bags of food from the local supermarket, as if shops didn't exist elsewhere. The cooking utensils are impossible to pack in a way that prevents them from rattling around against one another, and I've simply lost count of the stops made to try and locate that bloody rattling from the usually least accessible place within the cupboards. Once the issue of sustenance is sorted, I would generally need to consider whether any of the prospective passengers has, or is likely to have, any medical needs on the trip. Having had our fair share of dealing with issues medical over the years, I now ask myself, and sometimes the passengers, the following 3 questions before setting off on a trip. 1. Is there anyone on board who is currently taking medication that they must remember to bring? 2. Is anyone prone to developing allergic reactions? And if so, to what? And, referring back to point 1, have they brought the relevant medicines? 3. Is anyone aware of any past or present injuries which could prevent them from walking or carrying things? It is worth thinking about these things before setting off, particularly on a longer trip. The answer is generally along the lines of, everything will be fine. But it is worth asking anyway, as it can prevent having to turn round and come back to pick up medicines, or having to find a chemist at a later stage in a no doubt remote part of southern Europe. With this in mind, I always pack my own medical kit. The kit has bloomed in size over the years to reflect the need to deal with various medical issues. I pack every shape of sticking plaster known to humankind, and in all different shades of colour, along with a roll of surgical tape and lint for bespoke plaster-making needs. I also pack every type of salve and ointment I can find in the house, ranging from hemorrhoid cream to hair remover, and from thrush ointment to thermo deep heat gel. I have a selection of jars of homeopathic pills, which can act as an alternative source of medicine, or as an all-round placebo for anything the ibuprofen won't cure. In fact, I now have 3 different first aid kits. One for salves, one for plasters, and the other for pills. I also, at one point, reached the stage where I would routinely make space for a set of junior crutches, which we had from a child's previous broken leg, as they often came in handy. Our young family of girls generally had a much different set of packing priorities to us adults. This was particularly noticeable when packing for weekends away at music festivals, where we sometimes worked in the summer months. Having spent the last 15 years in the same house with at least one, and at one point 3 teenage girls, and myriad of their friends, I accept that they are all quite unique and different. However, most of the ones who have travelled with us, and there have been many, seem to have had packing priorities, which in order of rank goes something like this. Firstly, beauty products. A plethora of tubs, tubes, packets and paraphernalia. Lipsticks, lip salves, lip glosses, lip balms, lip liners. Eyeshadow, eyeliner, eye primer, eye tint, eyelashes, and of course, mascara. Face brushes of all different sizes and uses, and so on. All of which never seem to fit into the bag designated for them, and consequently spill out all over the van. A particularly troublesome subgroup in the beauty product pantheon is hair products. As showering is not easy at festivals, dry shampoo is a top consideration for many girls. Hairbrushes, combs and accessories are also needed for different hairstyles. If you have straight hair, it will need curling, and if the hair naturally curls, it will require straightening. You can guarantee that the leisure battery, which has been charged and brought along for charging phones and listening to music, will have been drained dead by hair tongs and dryers within a very short space of time. The unwritten rules dictate that each teenage girl has to have their own item of each beauty product, but still be able to borrow someone else's whenever they like. This arrangement generally causes arguments. Different outfits are required for different stages of the festival. Thursday requires something loose-fitting and revealing for getting a tan, whilst hopefully relaxing in the sun before the festival proper starts. Friday daytime, at the festival opening, requires something summery and flouncy to wear with wellies in order to be festival chic. When going for a coffee and looking around the clothing and jewellery stalls. Friday evening is party night, so an unfeasibly cold-looking dance outfit is considered de rigueur. Then a change of clothes for the chill-out tent later on to the early hours of the morning. Lounging pyjamas are the standard Saturday afternoon garb. Teenage girls are not visible on Saturday morning. In the evening, fancy dress is usually on the cards, so remember to pack fairy/witch/pirate outfits. For Sunday afternoon, more lounging wear and more chilled festival styles are on show for the last hurrah. Devices for maintaining internet accessibility all times are high in the girls' packing considerations. To be able to send photos, Snapchats, etc. to friends at 2-minute intervals showing outfits, hairstyles, makeup and general selfies and or group shots from around the festival. On this topic, I must say a big thank you to the mum of pop starlet Nina Nesbitt, who allowed my kids backstage at one of Nina's early festival performances and took some nice photos of my kids with her daughter. Lucky there was still some charge in the leisure battery, guys. That's about it, really. Oh, if you ever decide to go to a music festival, remember to take lots of cash. It's going to be an expensive weekend, what with all those clothes and jewellery trade stalls.